Hello everyone and welcome to another Starcraft 2 match. This one's going to be between ParanOid spawning as a red Zerg and his opponent's going to be NightEnD spawning as a blue Protoss. The map's going to be Jungle Bane and let's see what's going to happen here. So ParanOid's going to be wishing good luck, have fun, good game, and NightEnd's going to be saying good luck. And I don't know anything about these two players to be honest with, except that these two guys are European. I don't know which countries they're from. I was trying to Google it but I couldn't find it. I apologize. If somebody can tell me, please just leave a comment. I really appreciate it. And this should be pretty cool games because there's like 5 of them, 5 or 6, and this is just BattleNet, so they're just playing for fun. They're not really trying to, they're not in any cup or anything like that, and no competition, just playing for fun. Maybe just practicing against each other, I don't know, but NightEnd's going to be dropping a pylon kind of close to his ramp just to see a little bit if the Zerglings are going to be coming in, and ParanOid's going to be scouting his Overlord into correct positioning since there's only a 2-player map, and he's not getting any early expansions or anything like that, just going for the basic opening. Getting his Overlord and going to be getting 3 more Zerglings, as drones. And NightEnd's going to be scouting in the right positioning since, yeah, just 2-player map, there's really nowhere to go unless you want to go somewhere over here. But I don't know why would you do that, but oh, and NightEnd's going to be getting a forge instead of getting a gateway first, so he's going to try to do some proxy pylon thing, maybe like over here, trying to hide a pylon somewhere and start doing a proxy cannons, which I hate when people do that against the other opponent. No, he's just going to be dancing over here since ParanOid was trying to maybe go for the expansion, but he probably thought that the NightEnd's going to try to do the proxy pylon, trying to hide it somewhere, so he just going to use his drone just to scout him, and ParanOid's going to be getting a spawning pool right now. And Forge is finished, but there is no gateway coming in, so I guess he's really trying to do the proxy pylon. And yes, he is. He's going to be getting a pylon indeed over here, so he might going to put some cannons. No, he actually is going to be canceling the pylon. And I don't know what NightEnD actually doing right now, because he's not getting a gateway or anything like that. So he actually, now he's getting a gateway. And look at this wall. This wall is actually pretty tight. You can put one Zealot over here, and it should be good to hold off any push from the Zerg player. And I don't know what kind of build this is when you get a forge and then you get a gateway and a cannon, because usually when you play multiplayer against a lot of people, they get a forge just to put a proxy pylon in your base and start harassing you with a cannon, which I'm pretty sure happened a lot to people on BattleNet, because people do that and not cool, man, not cool. And yeah, and he's going to be getting another pylon because he really needs to stop being supply blocked. And he should be chrono boosting probably a couple more probes, and he's going to be getting his assimilator a little bit late. And he's kind of getting everything late, it seems to me. Like, I'm not trying to say anything, but usually you get your assimilator around 13 maybe. This one was like around 18, so to me it's kind of late, but these guys are European professional Starcraft 2 players, so you can't really argue with them. And ParanOid's going to be getting his expansion right over here and probably going to get a saturator as soon as it's going to be finished. Metabolic boost is on the way, just against some speedlings in the field, trying to do some sort of harassment, and he actually is going to try to break these back rocks over here. And ParanOid knows exactly that NightEnD is actually going to be getting his own expansion, and I think that's why he got a forge, and then he got the gateway, and then he got a cannon, because he's trying to be defensive so he can get a really good economy up and running. And these Zerglings are going to take a while to break these rocks, and NightEnD knows exactly that there is expansions going down over here, that the speedlings should be finished on the way. Actually, he knows that there's Zerglings on the field, but he doesn't know there are speedlings yet. And let's look at these little buddies running around trying to chase this dude down, and they should be able to, because the metabolic boost is finished. And look at these guys are gonna destroy their probe. And ParanOid's gonna be leaving one Zergling over here just to scouting purposes, and he's gonna put Overlords everywhere on the field, and he actually making into the NightEnd's base, so he knows exactly what NightEnD is going for, but he doesn't really have any sort of attack, instead of he's getting his own expansion right now and chrono boosting a Stalker on the field and researching the warp gate technology and just transferring some probes over here. But these rocks are gonna get broken before the pylon is gonna be finished, so I don't think he can see that, and he really needs to ParanOid really needs to bring as many Zerglings as he can to break these rocks as soon as he can, so he can put some sort of pressure on it, because there is no cannons and a pylon is going to be just finishing right now, and these Zerglings should be able to finish off the rocks. And since there is only one Zealot and Stalker over here, I guess he killed the Overlord. Yes, he did kill the Overlord. Look at these Zerglings are going to try to make it in here, but the cannon is going to be being placed right now, and the Stalker should be able to do some sort of damage, but there is enough Zerglings to break these rocks and get into the base of NightEnD. These cannons are really need to hurry up because Zerglings are going to be breaking in there. And look, he's trying to make a wall over here so nobody else would be able to get inside his base, and bringing probes just to defend against this, putting a Stalker in the back. Great micro from NightEnD, I have to say. Look at these sacrificing probes just to not allow Zerglings to get inside the base. And still, one cannon actually is finished, so it should be able to finish off the Zerglings. But the 5 Zerglings actually, Speedlings made inside the NightEnd's base, and they should be getting into the mineral line and start harassing it instead of. But he actually is going to be using them for the scouting purposes. Maybe one more probe is probably going to go down, but. And these guys got pissed, so they just start tasing him. And there is more Speedlings over here from ParanOid, and NightEnD actually canceled those cannons just to put them over here, just to be safe. And these 2 Zerglings are still alive. Look at these little guys running around, knows exactly what's happening inside the NightEnd's base. And NightEnD does not want to build some sort of tech, so he doesn't want to reveal anything. Because when you reveal the tech, man, it's gonna suck for you, because your opponent knows exactly what you're going for, so he can counter you pretty quickly. And Drew's Hydralisk Den is finished right now from ParanOid, and we see 2 Stargate being built right now as soon as those Zerglings were killed. So ParanOid knows exactly there is probably going to be a starport because he is getting a Hydralisk Den, so he knows that NightEnD likes to go for some sort of starport build. But there's a lot of Zerglings inside the NightEnd's base. But look at this, force field is going down over here, not allowing any Zerglings inside the main, and there is no more energy from this Sanctuary. So look at these Zerglings are trying to make it inside of the NightEnd base, and they do actually make it inside the NightEnd base, and they are going to be getting into the middle line, start to harass as many probes as they can. Look at lots of probes are actually going to be going down, but for what cost? Ah, man, he just sacrificed a lot of probes just to. There is really, I want to look at the income differences. Oh, still only 32 to 36. So I guess NightEnD was really ahead by the probe count, by the workers count. Is that the correct way to say it? And ParanOid really needs to get this expansion saturated. Oh, now he's ahead, 44 over 34, and you can see the income differences right now. And there is going to be Hydralisk and Phoenixes are going to be coming in from NightEnD, so he's going to go for the Phoenix build. He's currently boosting these guys like crazy, man. So he's going to try to get 4 Phoenixes and start harassing the main base of ParanOid. But ParanOid has pretty 6 Hydralisk. It's going to be pushing out actually all of those 6 little buddies. And he's going to be getting a Roach Warren and Evolution Chamber, and probably going to be researching Missile. Yep. Spine Needle's going to be spitting out. And look at this Overlord just chilling over here, doing nothing. But the Phoenixes are finished. All 4 of them. And they can. Whoa, you should have used it for the Overlord hunt. That's really important to use Phoenixes to hunt down Overlords, to put your opponent in supply block as much as they can. And I don't think there is any speed upgrade for the Overlords. No, he really needs to get researched the speed upgrade for the Overlords, because these Phoenixes are going to be tearing them up pretty easily. The Queen is getting lifted right now, and the Hydralisk are out of positioning. They actually is going to try to push in towards the ParanOid's base. I mean NightEnd's base, and Queen is going to be going down. 1 Hydralisk is being lifted right now, and look at these Phoenixes are going to be doing a lot of damage to ParanOid's base because of the Overlords doesn't have speed. And it's really hard to deal with those Phoenixes because they can shoot and run. And look at this army from ParanOid coming in, trying to focusing down on the skin. And Cannon is going to be going down. And these Hydralisk are doing pretty good damage right now. Force fields coming in from NightEnD, trying to prevent any Hydralisk coming in. But the warp gate is down. So there is really pretty big wall open over here. And look at this. He can use these Phoenixes just to lift off the Hydralisk and use Stalkers to kill him. But there is not enough Hydras, I think, because there's too many Sentries to put force fields. But there is more Hydralisk coming in from ParanOid just to gonna try to put as much pressure as he can. And look at this, he's using his Overlords because that's what you need, because Hydralisk are so slow off the creep. You really need to use them. I mean, you really need Overlords just to make these dudes walks faster. And look at this. This is a pretty good army from, I mean, Hydralisk, and he got him separated, but one of the Phoenixes is lifting, one of them is going down, but for what cost? Only 1 Hydralisk went down, so it didn't really. And Hydralisk are not that expensive as Phoenixes are. And look at this little bot. He actually did some. Not for that long, but still. Man, NightEnD is kind of. ParanOid's trying to put as much pressure as he can on the NightEnD, and he needs to bring some. He actually bringing in Roaches. Roaches are going to be good against the Stalkers. Roaches are actually good against any ground units when you have like 50 of them, but there is Immortals coming in, but Immortals are not going to be as effective against the Hydralisk as against the Roaches, because the Roach is an armored unit. And those, I'm pretty sure that Immortals are going to be doing work on Stalkers, I mean on the Roaches, excuse me. And NightEnd's really getting bunch of And he didn't even warp gate acknowledge this one's. I guess he's really kind of trying to defend against this as much as he can, not allowing ParanOid to put to get advantage as much as he can. And ParanOid actually is going to be getting an expansion right now, because when your opponent sitting in the base just chilling over here, when you're putting a lot of pressure on him, you need to grab those expansions. And look at this, the force fields keep doing this, because it's really, he really needs to get rid of those sentries, like, for ParanOid, because he really can't push out because of these force fields. And look, more force fields coming in from NightEnD. So ParanOid really needs to get those sentries down, but there is more sentries probably going to get warped in pretty soon just to get enough shields on his field. But no, there is no more shields, and ParanOid is actually going to be pushing it all the way in, but there is like 6 immortals over here to deal with them, and ParanOid really needs to use these Hydralisks to focusing down on immortals, because the roaches are going to be getting focused down by the immortals. But there is a big battle going on over here, as everybody knows. Look at these Phoenixes leafing all the Hydralisks, and look at this. Whole army of ParanOid is being destroyed right now, because there's been like 6 immortals. And Phoenixes actually did a good job by lifting Hydralisks from the back. And look at this. NightEnd's going to try to grab his own expansion right over here. And these overlords are going to be murking down back to the base, because these guys do not feel safe right there. And oh, the mutas the spire is actually finished, so we might gonna see some mutas, but there's Colossus gonna be coming in from NightEnD. And look at these, man, he actually knew exactly there's gonna be roaches coming in from ParanOid, so he did a really good tech switch, getting a lot of immortals to deal with those roaches. And he's getting 2 Colossus on the field, and he's gonna be researching thermal lens upgrade, which is really important because you need that upgrade. But there is Phoenixes on the field and a Hydralisk, but the mutas are still not being revealed, because there is not enough Stalkers to deal with those mutalisks. There's only like a couple sentries and 4 Stalkers to deal with these mutas, and the mutas should be able to do some sort of harassment right here, but nope. One of the mutas are gonna go down, so he really needs to get a lot more mutas on the field, but he does not have enough money to get those mutas. And what are all of these drones? Oh, he's transferring them right now. I'm pretty sure I've seen some drones before there, but he's transferring drones, roaches. Look at this, creep tumor everywhere. And I guess he's gonna try to push in through the front door, because the back door did not really work. And this zealot is still chilling over here, trying to defend against this push. And look at this, he's bringing in all the Hydralisk roaches and mutas to the battle. And look at this, there's only 1 cannon to deal with it, but there's Phoenixes are going to be getting in from behind, but the Hydralisks are in the right position, and one of the Phoenixes is going to be going down, but the mutas really needs to turn around and start doing this, focusing on Colossus. Colossus are out of position right now, and no, you don't want to be losing Colossus, because Colossus are so expensive, and the mutas really need to finish out those Colossuses. But they don't have thermal lens upgrade, but it doesn't matter. There is another Colossus is on the field, and look at these Colossus are going to be doing so much damage to this Hydralisk, because it's going to be really hard to deal with them. Colossus are really good against the Hydras, I'm not gonna lie, and the Zerglings too, but there is not enough roaches coming in, because there is way too many immortals to deal with this. Look at these roaches are gonna be focusing down by those immortals, and man, NightEnD has a really good army compositioning right now. So many immortals, Stalkers, Phoenixes, Sanctuary, and Colossus. So ParanOid really needs to get a lot of units to defend against this. He needs to get some Zerglings to deal with those Colossuses and Corruptors too. But there is way too many immortals for the roaches to deal with. And look at these Phoenixes, there is nobody gonna go against the Phoenixes, since there is no Hydralisk to deal with them. Force fields are gonna be coming in from NightEnD, and roaches are gonna get lifted. This queen really needs to get out of there SAP, because the Phoenixes are gonna be focusing down. There is no anti-air from ParanOid, and ParanOid really needs to get some more units to defend against this. He's really in a bad position right now, since there's only 3 Corruptors on the field to deal with that many Phoenixes, and I don't think 3 Corruptors can kill all of these Phoenixes. I'm not gonna lie, but it takes a long time to kill Phoenixes, even for the Hydralisk, and these Corruptors are gonna get focusing down, and there's really nothing ParanOid can do right now instead of go all the way in with the roaches and trying to do as much damage as he can. This expansion from NightEnD is almost finished right now, and Phoenixes are still being really annoying, but there's more Corruptors coming in from ParanOid, and NightEnD is in a great position right now. Look at this army composition. 3 Colossuses with a thermal lens upgrade, bunch of Stalkers, bunch of Immortals, and a Zealot. There's actually a Zealot in there somewhere, I've seen it. And look at this, NightEnd's gonna try to grab his own another expansion, because really, ParanOid doesn't really have that great of the unit composition. All he has is a bunch of roaches, but they have 1 upgrade, but I don't think that's gonna win him the game, because roaches cannot shoot the air, and the Phoenixes they are actually really annoying in StarCraft 2. I'm not gonna lie, but they are. And look at these, there's a bunch of roaches and Overlord. But look at this army coming in from NightEnD. So many Colossus, That's not even 3 Colossus, 6 Immortals, dude. And they don't have any upgrades, but still, it's a pretty good army. And look at the Phoenixes are going to be trying to focusing down on these Overlords, trying to supply block ParanOid as much as you can. But there's a lot of Corruptors coming in, but the Corruptors are probably going to start focusing down on the Colossus. But there is way too many units to deal with it. And Corruptor's probably going to go down to the Stalkers and Phoenixes. And I think ParanOid's going to GG pretty soon, because there's really not much he can do against this heavy Marine Marauder army. I mean, Marine Stalkers and Immortals army. And yes, ParanOid's going to be GG. And so this has been game number 1 between ParanOid and NightEnD, and thank you for watching.